Hi friends, we're about to dive into episode 9 or episode 21 of season of the series called The Troubles of the Strongest. So last episode was called The Resistance of the Strong. There's different ways to kind of look into exactly what strong kind of covers. This one's The Troubles of the Strongest. So again, strongest versus strong. So I know our fun assassin ninja is in this episode because he was in the promo pic for the episode. Saitama's finally in his hero gear. We'll probably see Genis, hopefully fixing himself. But basically, we're hopefully going to see more of Class S really take on these monsters, destroy them, which is great. And at the same time, I'm hoping we'll also get to see our samurai take on these monster associations, find out where they are, what they're up to. So far, we've got the first 3 phases of the villain's plans, but I think there's more phases to come. Anyway, there's not much else to say. Last episode was amazing. It was fun. Didn't feel like I had to fill out any space. It didn't feel like there was anything I didn't have to say about the episode. It was so fun. It was so amazing. And I was just enraptured by how well written it was. But, again, not really much else to say. Just want to dive into the episode. Again, if you're finding this video on happenstance or whatever, this is a follow-along version on YouTube, which means no sound and partial image to keep the copyright monsters at bay, which it actually does, which is fantastic. There will be a countdown timer. You can't miss it before we actually start pressing play on the episode. So I try to match it up as best as I can. But of course, you want to see a full reaction. There is a link to YouTube below, so if you're able to watch it there, click on it, watch it. It's unedited, or mildly edited, because I edit out the ads. But there's sound and full image. Of course, without further ado, let's dive in. It's just waiting for him to show up. I would like to get a story as to why. Maybe it's an OVA of why he chose what he chose for his suit. Aw, he's crying. That gleam of hope off his bald head. I know that head. I love that. Whew, so we're seeing all these heroes, then we see the villain there, Garl. Now I remember his name. Who's just messing with Watchdog, and Watchdog is taking him up. Okay, but now I understand a bit more of why we see all these monsters here. All these other heroes of varying classes. A lot of Class S is there. A lot of our main people. Oh, I love that image of him, like, taking out the trash, and then him literally punching the monsters taking out the trash. That's so great. So we've got Bang and Bomb. Nope, not Chiranko. Now I understand it. Hagana too? Is that One Punch Man in Japanese? The word exists for you and you alone. Oh, I love that. I do appreciate with Hulu. Sorry. Is that we actually get to see... that was interesting. I kind of missed that a little bit. We actually get to see a bit as to... Oh, there's so much imagery, and now I understand a little better. Oh, now I lost my train of thought, because I'm a dum-dum. Where's I going with that? Shoot, it'll come back around to me. Hey, foul language. It was a fun part of him. He's so, you know. He recognizes him. Oh, he did beat him in one push. Aw, look how sad he is. So he's so focused on himself that he isn't paying attention to what's actually going on. He either looks like he's bored or insolent or in shock. Just punched through him. Like Saitama. What's with the ants? I really like this conversation that's happening right now. I was bored. So he really doesn't know what's going on. Yeah, but you just, I mean, Saitama did just beat that creature in one punch. So did that come out of him or the doctor come grab him? Saitama's so funny. I mean, come on, man. You just witnessed him kind of punching a hole through him. Indigestion. It's just so funny how, because of how Saitama is, sometimes he's irritating. Sometimes, though, it's hard to tell. People will misinterpret his actions because he is so powerful. I'm missing teeth, man. Saitama's winning. We all know this. He has the ability. Another one. Absolutely not. You know, he could have pushed himself on him like Janice did. He's just interesting. Why did his butt vibrate? Organized. Because it's you. Is this his way of self-reflecting? Kings in disguise. He has no abilities, he's not strong, he's no power, so what's the use of him going out there? Oh, he thinks his hair. Oh, look at him change to a serious face. Not in terms of strength or technique. Actually, that's a really good point. Which is why he always looks bored. Yeah, King, you're misinterpreting a lot of stuff. It's the cat. Oh, interesting. I like that. That's a good point. Maybe not. That's good philosophy, actually. Hmm. I'm just really enjoying this. It does. This is some good talking. Hopefully it doesn't happen to him suddenly. Maybe he's sick. There's the fine print. Ultimate hero. So physically he can't grow. Yeah. But it doesn't mean he can't, just because he can't physically grow doesn't mean he can't grow in other ways. Let you lose. Our little puppy took him down. He might end up taking that cell just to become a monster. If he's impatient for his, Yeah, he kind of taking on more of a force stance. That was weird. So he's excited because he has room to grow and stuff. Oh no. And he's not super powerful. King's normal. I knew Saitama would protect him. But I wonder if Garu will be so impatient, becoming a monster that he will actually take the cell. That would be him, you goofball. You've just beaten him twice. We've established that's not true. I was wondering when our assassin was coming in. There's two of them. Whoa, they are powerful. Who the heck are they? Why, she look like Cersei from the Justice League. No, that's a dude. Never mind, I was wrong. Oh. So this eye thing's a village ninja thing. Have they become monsters yet or no? So have they become monsters yet or is no? I keep forgetting who Flash is. So can they transform then? He looks sexually scared. These are so disgusting. Don't do that. I like it when you're human. Don't. Shoot. God, please. Dang it. I want him to stay human. Well, some monsters have disappeared and some have decided to stick around. Zombie Man. Ooh, I don't know this. I'm freaking introduced to all these Class S heroes that I never did before. It's great. Some of these guys, their designs are very basic, but like fun. Is it? What's going on here? I know who it is now. I know who it is now. Yeah, but he's not involved. Oh, we're in the credits now, but we're in scenes. Fascinating. He did get beat. He did, but not ultimately defeated, I guess. He just kind of gave up. It's part of Cyborg. We are ramping up for the big battles, aren't we? With his help as well as Midnight. No. He's right, maybe. Because most of them were probably once human, that's why. They're not there yet. I recognize that voice actress. There it is. You said this already. Something is wrong with him. That's disgusting. He cooked and sauteed them? Huh. I bet cooking it kills it. It's not gonna do anything. It's gonna make him sick. That's amazing. I love that. Okay. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's work backwards though, shall we? So I'm gonna say this right now. What Sonic did killed those cells. They don't work. So obviously they have to be living cells. And that does what happened. If you cook like vegetables, it kind of kills them a little bit actually. Technically they are kind of dying, but vegetables are kind of, you still can get nutrients from cooked ones, but the idea is that you get nutrients better when they're raw, especially when they're in smoothie form, because you're going to digest them better and blah 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 blah. So eating them raw, as disgusting as they are living cells, but he has cut it up and cooked it. It's not moving. The cells are dead. And according to the title of the next episode, it doesn't take. I love that. He wanted to become a monster, but because of his own sense of like cleanliness and standards actually is going to make him sick. He's not going to become a monster. Thank goodness, because I was like, well, of all the characters, I really didn't want to become a monster. I just didn't want him to become a monster. I just think he's really fun when he's not. Now, Garo's gotten his butt kicked a couple times from different people, and he's been completely stopped twice from Saitama, who twice does not know who he is, and twice Garo has just completely looked past him or doesn't know who he is. He thought Saitama was had made him when he was looking at the wigs. Goes to stop him. Saitama chops him down. Literally kicks him out of the way so it doesn't attack King, which I knew was going to happen. I just expected him to kick him the way he did. And so he was like, I wonder how this hero hunter is going to be like. And he's beaten him twice. So I guess Garo must have taken off because obviously, and I wouldn't expect Watchdog to kill him or really, really destroy him because he's not a monster, he's a human. So they do hold back with humans. So it's clear with his fighting style, but he's hard to take down. But what's interesting is that Garo is super excited because him not defeating him means he's excited because it means he can only get stronger and he has room for growth in a way he didn't think that about. So he was excited because he was like, oh, I can get stronger in this way. I can grow in this way. And that made him really excited. Saitama has a deep case of ennui or depression or whatever you want to call it, where he's like, I can't grow, I can't change, I'm just kind of stuck as is. And it's frustrated him quite a bit. But what's fun is that he can grow in other ways if he takes on different challenges. He says he doesn't have time, and he kind of does. He just reads a lot of manga and plays games. But it's funny how King's advice came from manga. I was like, wow, this is really good advice from someone who doesn't fight villains or monsters. But maybe he's a big observer. But clearly he read that manga quite a lot to have that memorized. But he did give some good advice that Saitama does have the ability to grow in some ways, but he's so empty in a lot of ways. He doesn't know. He's looking for that satisfaction. And despite coming from a manga, everything King said actually was really good and spot on. This episode in some ways really kind of flew quickly, I think because so many of the scenes were just dialogue focused. Obviously, Suru is going to become one of his disciples, even though Saitama said absolutely not. King's not a disciple, but he is learning a lot from him, and so Saitama is kind of surrounding himself with some people who, and that's what's fun about it. He's so strong, but because of how because he's so strong, he looks at things certain ways, sometimes really simplistically, and that kind of wrecks the minds of the people around him, and he is helping them without realizing it to grow. And sometimes there are people out there like that. I had a friend who's a runner, and so by her simply being really fast and really good at long distance running, she didn't encourage me, she didn't challenge me. Her simply being her inspired me and challenged me to be faster, try to be faster, try to be better, try to run, this was in high school, a mile without actually stopping to walk partway through it. And I did. I think I got 930 something, which for me at the time was really great. Right now I'm trying to get it back under. I haven't really tested my mind in a long time. Don't plan to anytime soon. I would hope that because I'm stronger, it's a little better. My distance running has improved. That's the point. The point is, there are some people by their mere presence and because of how they think about something, they can inspire people without actually trying. They're not thinking in their head, how do I inspire this person? They simply speak the truth or speak to their experience or speak their opinion, however we want to word it, and it clicks in something in their head that the person who's speaking isn't aware of. It makes them go, whoa, you're right, ... And it's not their goal to do that. They're simply just teaching something, and maybe they're teaching something that they're so used to, or saying something they're so used to hearing themselves say all the time. But you're hearing it for the first time, or maybe for the 10th time, but it finally clicks. So you're like, okay, I gotta take this on. But we've obviously hit, last episode we kind of marked the end of what was going on with the tournament. And so this episode really is the beginning of that transition from there to the final arc of the season with taking on the Monster Association. We have different people pursuing the Monster Association on their own. We have the Hero Association now being aware of it. And now we're actually going to get to hear the demands of the monsters. It is interesting how some of the monsters look human and suddenly they can transform themselves into monsters or something they look at. It's not like and we've seen that twice now, one with the samurai and two with the ninjas. So I wonder if it's, again, it depends on the creature. I wonder if these people, because part of the, maybe because part of their training, they're able to look different. Or maybe it's the lighting, or I don't know. It's kind of odd how we saw that and the transformation was quick like this. But these particular characters, it's not. I don't know if that's an inconsistency or if it relates more to what kind of style of person and fighter they are. But it's clearly like the tattooing under the eye or on the eye is definitely a village thing. A ninja thing going on. That cracked me up with the Sound of Sonic thing. He was like, alright, I'm gonna do this to become strong, and just destroyed his chances without trying to. That just cracks me up and speaks a little bit to the situation. I think Sonic tends to get in front of himself and away of himself. He should just team up with Saitama. You know, you can't beat him, join him. And that's what some of the people have in terms of the monsters thing. In a bad way, of course. It's not bad to join Saitama. It's bad to join the monsters. But this is interesting. I'm very excited to see what the finale of all this will be. What it'll be like, what'll happen. If any rankings will change, if any holes in this Hero Association will become exposed. I'm very excited about it all. This has been a fun season. The writing has been really fun. It started off kind of slow, but really, it's really tried to lay the groundwork for the amazingness of the second half. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, keep an eye out, because again, One Punch Man ends, we're going to dive into Assassination Classroom. Now, I don't know if it's going to be immediately after, or if I'm going to take a week break like I did this past week, because not this past week, but the week before last, I took a break from anime because I was just exhausted because of ReactorCon. Just didn't plan out well. Again, if I do it next year, if I'm invited to do it next year, I'm just gonna, depending on what my summer looks like and all that, I'm gonna plan it a little better, hopefully. And if I'm invited, definitely plan a little bit farther ahead, prep better. And who knows what my channel will look like in a year from now. It'll be really cool. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I'll see you next time.